This is a HeadGum podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Complete Guide to Everything, a podcast about everything. I am one of your hosts, Tom.
And I am Tim.
Tim, how are you doing this week?
I am fit as a fiddle.
Fit as a fiddle?
I had my back cracked by a
Quack?
a man today.
Uh-huh.
And I feel great. You ever get your spine adjusted?
My spine realigned?
Yeah.
I went to a chiropractor once, like a long time ago. I thought it was a big scam.
Really?
Yeah.
When they cracked your thing, your like sinuses didn't clear and everything?
Oh, really? No.
Oh, yeah. It's like a religious experience when I go.
No.
Best $180 out of pocket I've spent this week twice.
Oh, wow. They really got you
Yeah,
by
I'm addicted. Yeah. They got me by the spine.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Oh, and everybody said you were really spineless.
That's why it's so easy to crack. It's made of jelly. That'd be hard to crack, I guess.
Yeah, it would just make like a splooshing sound.
How are you doing this week, Tom?
I'm good, Tim. I'm just killing time for a new video game that I'm excited about, as per usual.
You're a video game boy.
I'm a video game boy, yeah. I love video games. You know what? I love video games, but it's hard for me to get into games. But then when I get into a game, it's like, boy, it's really something.
That's
This game, Injustice 2, comes out. Do you know about this game, Tim?
Injustice.
They gotta up the marketing. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm giving them a free plug right
To
here.
be fair, though, Tom.
Yes.
I don't know of like when like the biggest games are coming out.
I did see an ad
Your
for it
Super
in
Mario
Manhattan.
Brothers 3. I didn't even learn about that until the end of the movie The Wizard.
I think that came out before the game even came out.
The Wizard?
In America, yeah. So you were probably actually one of the first to hear, Tim.
Oh, that's a relief. I'll see any Fred Savage movie the day it comes out.
Yeah, so this game Injustice 2, I'm very excited for it, Tim. It's basically Mortal Kombat, but with all the DC comic characters. It's a sequel to Injustice.
Now,
the first game.
Why is it called Injustice?
Because, the Justice League is Injustice.
Yeah, no, but why is it called Injustice? I understand justice.
Yeah.
Why didn't they call it Justice 2?
Because it's like an Elseworld story, Tim, where...
Elseworld?
Yeah, an Elseworld.
Like
So
a different world.
here's what happened in the first game, Tim.
Lisa Bonet goes to college.
Lisa Bonet goes to college, a spinoff
Right.
from the Justice League. The first game, Joker decides like I'm sick of screwing with Batman. I'm gonna screw with Superman for a change. And he
Does that ever happen in the comics? In the
Rarely.
the not elsewhere, the world,
in the regular world,
I guess, yeah.
Occasionally. But this was like, boy, the Joker really pulled one over on Superman. He gave Superman maybe like gas or something like that.
Knockout gas. He loves it.
He gave him gas that made Lois Lane look like what's his name?
Lex Luthor.
No, not Lex Luthor.
Clark Kent.
No, it's Superman. Doomsday.
Oh.
Made Lois Lane look like Doomsday. So Superman went and killed what he thought was Doomsday, but it was Lois Lane.
She looks nothing like him.
Not only that, she was pregnant with Superman's super baby.
Oh, so did the baby come out and try to...
No, the baby died. Not only that, the Joker, he's a diabolical guy. He hooked up like a heart monitor to Lois that was attached to a nuke in Metropolis, and the nuke went off, and millions of people died.
Wow.
So then...
There's an easier way to... Well, anyway.
So then...
You don't have to hook it up to a heart monitor. Look.
No, but then
I guess the Joker's kind of known for his convoluted schemes.
100%. And it's like, hey, Superman, you did all this. If you hadn't screwed up and killed her, she'd be alive, and also this bomb wouldn't have gone off.
How did he administer the gas?
I think just like a aerosol.
Okay.
So then, Batman...
like asking for his autograph.
Batman comes and gets the Joker, and he's like, this is it, Joker. You've really done it this time. boy, I'm steamed about this.
Right.
Superman comes in and just puts his fist through the Joker and kills the Joker. And
then
then
Batman like, we don't kill people.
Yeah,
oh, no,
he's
no,
like-
wait. Batman does.
No.
Neither of them are supposed to kill
neither
anybody.
kill people. But
Yeah.
like Batman's got a big rule about it. And Batman's like, that's my friend, the Joker. No. He didn't say it
They're
that way.
friends?
Nah, they're not friends,
Okay.
but you know.
But without the Joker, is there a Batman?
Yeah, there was still a Batman.
Oh.
Because then what happened was Superman decided, you know what? I've had enough of all this shit. Superman got tired of everything. He's like, I'm freaking Superman. You know what? Guess what? I'm in charge of everything now, guys.
Like the world.
Yeah, he becomes a dictator of the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is all in a video
This is
game?
all in a video game. It's a phenomenal story.
Do you play this one?
Yeah, you play it.
So you play Superman when he punches Lois Lane to death
No,
and
no.
kills a baby?
No.
Because, like, here's what I would do. If I knew, like, now I'm going to play Injustice, Tom.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, oh, I'm playing as Superman. I'm not going to kill Lois Lane and this baby.
Yeah, and then the game just ends.
Yeah.
All
But guess
right.
what? I go to bed with a clear conscience.
Well, you don't do that part. Basically, all the parts are like a movie. They play out until it gets to a point where somebody's like, you know what? I'm sick of talking. It's time to fight. And then you fight.
You fight Batman.
You fight everybody. Like you take different roles, and then it's like a regular game where you got the character select screen and you
Role
can select,
playing, huh? That sounds very sexy.
where it's you can select anybody you want. But
So
but
it's-
you
it's-
hop around in different characters.
So it's a convoluted preamble. It's like the Joker designed a video game where it's like the Joker's like, I really want to make a Mortal Kombat game with the DC characters fighting each
Yeah.
other. But like instead of just making this game, I'll kill a woman and a baby and set off a nuclear bomb
Yeah.
to justify all of it.
Well, and you also might be wondering, all right, so I'm going to play this game. I'm going to play like, Green Arrow versus Superman.
Yeah, or the Green Lantern versus...
Well, no, I use that as a example because Green Arrow's got no powers. He's just really good at shooting arrows.
Yeah,
So you can't beat Superman.
but Batman doesn't have any powers.
Yeah, he can't really beat Superman.
So Superman wins every fight, you're saying?
No.
If I'm going to play the
No.
game, I should play as Superman.
Everyone who's not Superman takes a pill that gives them superpowers.
Of course.
It's
What an elegant solution.
It's Kryptonian technology, Tim.
Wow. And the Joker has set all this up too?
Yeah, and he gets one of the pills somehow too. I forget how. Oh no, the Joker in the game is from a different universe.
Can I ask you something, Tom?
Yes.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I'm real excited for this game, Tim. I think I'm going to get really into fighting video games. I was playing the first game the other night to refresh my chops.
Yeah.
And boy, I legitimately felt old.
Well?
Everybody feels old at certain points, but usually it's like, oh yeah, I went out for a run and oh boy, my back. With me, I couldn't press the damn buttons fast enough.
That's always been my problem with fighting
Yeah.
games.
Well-
Here's the other thing.
Yeah.
There's a button for like punching, and there's this other button for kicking,
You got it.
and then there's another button for blocking. And I'm always
Some
like,
games.
I'm always like, screw that. I'm going to be aggressive. Best defense is good offense.
The best offense is, or the best defense is blocking.
Well, yeah, or punching.
But you can do both.
What they say is usually the best defense is punching and kicking.
Yeah.
So you don't have to defend yourself.
Well, here's a little trick from the pros, Tim. You block the other player's hits, and then you hit them yourself.
Yeah, it all moves way too fast for me. You know how like
Yeah.
when people baseball players or whatever, like they're like time slows down when the pitch is coming, and then I hit the when I play a fighting video game, it's like the whole world turns into like a Benny Hill situation.
Everything speeds up.
Everything speeds up, and I'm like, I don't know. A, B,
Yeah.
X, X, X. X is one of the words, the buttons.
X is one of the words.
Yeah.
X is one. Tim, you know what? X is one of the buttons on PlayStation and Xbox. So
Wow.
really
Well,
good job.
Look, if they left the X button off the Xbox, I'd
Yeah,
be
but
like,
do you think
fire the engineers?
Maybe the X button's on the actual box and not the controller.
Yeah, that's what I would assume. So you have to press
You have to
the
get
actual.
up. That's the block button. You have to get off and press the box. No, but so I couldn't press the goddamn buttons fast enough. So it's like, I was very disappointed because in my head it's always been a fallback that I could become like a professional fighting game player.
Oh, you fool!
And I've always heard like, people like age out of this like quicker than any sport because like you can't compete.
Most people just grow out of it. They get like more adult interests.
No. It's mostly that you get too old for it, and then you also it's like any other sport where it's like, well, I can make more money doing like endorsements and stuff. I'm not going to compete anymore. I'm going to do commentary.
Endorsements?
Yeah, endorsements. So I was looking into...
Here's the way I see it, Tom. On the count of 3, if we both started like moving our fingers like real fast, I think I could move my fingers faster than you can move your fingers.
It's not about fast, Tim. It's about like getting the buttons right too and the movements.
You know what? That's a skill that I don't want to spend any time developing. Like being like, I'm gonna get really good at these button combinations, so like I can block a punch in a video game and then punch when they're not blocking. Come on, I fight for real on the streets stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, these gangs keep stealing my girlfriend.
Oh, that.
Yeah, so I'm constantly out there on the streets. I know, so I'm out there. I have to like I can block in real life and punch in real life. That's when everything slows down.
Right.
The rage.
Everything's in just standstill.
Yeah.
So I'm looking into buying.
I don't want to blame the victim either, but like, come on, like, stop going near these gangs. They steal you every time.
Yeah. Well, your girlfriend's been hanging out with gangs a lot.
I know. It's upsetting to me and a lot of people who are very close to her.
Oh, that's just
her husband.
That's just the lifestyle,
Yeah. It's
the
annoying
gang
too.
lifestyle.
Like every time one of the gangs are like, "We're gonna take your girl," and her husband calls me up. It's like, "Tim, you gotta go rescue her again. You're her boyfriend."
And the gangs, they tell you.
Yeah, they leave a note.
Call you?
No, they leave a note.
Oh, that's just rude.
Yeah, and it's usually stamped
that's
with
very
their
passive
gang
aggressive.
symbol
Passive aggressive. Oh my
Passive
God.
aggressive.
Passive aggressive for them to just leave a note.
Yeah.
I stole your girlfriend. They tell you to your face, hey, we stole your girlfriend.
Oh, well, no, this gives me time to prepare.
Right. What do you do?
I go to the gym. I punch the bag a few times. I meet with my sensei.
You get some advice, some wisdom from your sensei.
Yeah. And then I take those Kryptonian technology
what?
pills.
Oh, you've got those?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the
got
way
them
to
from
do
the
it.
Joker.
Oh, well, you got to be careful with drugs you get from the Joker.
Tom.
Yes.
This week, we're doing a topic very near and dear to both of our bones. Meat. We're talking about meat, Tom. But not the meat that covers our skeletons. What?
Muscles, you mean? Stop referring to muscles as meat, Tim. I'm not your sensei.
Muscles.
You can't talk in the shorthand with me.
No, muscles and fat and other tissues I'm talking about.
Yeah, I guess it's fat.
But I'm talking about the meat we eat.
Yeah.
Tom? When I say we, I'm using the royal we.
Right.
Because I'm not a monster. I don't eat. I don't touch the stuff.
Yeah, you've been a vegetarian for how long now?
6 months.
Wow.
I read a book and I was like, ew, gross.
Yeah. You were like, that's where meat comes from?
Look, Tom, and listen, I'm not a zealot.
Yeah.
Meat is delicious. Some meat is delicious.
Some meat's delicious.
Most of it, like, mostly you need something like warm and like
yeah, you need to
chewy.
cook most meat.
Yeah, well, not always. You could eat a lot of meat raw, as long as you're eating it fresh. Like if we went out and killed a boar, Tom, you and I, we can feast on that thing without cooking it up. It won't kill us.
Take the hair off first, at least.
Yeah, we'll shave it.
Tim, that's not how you prepare a boar.
Yeah, you kill the boar. You wait for your Dollar Shave Club razors to come. You shave it all, and then you just dig in,
Then
my
you
friend.
cut it down.
Yeah,
you don't
and
have to cook it or anything.
Up until 6 months ago, That was my normal Friday night.
Uh-huh.
But not anymore, Tom.
Yeah.
But look, meat's still a big part of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Other disgusting people will eat meat all the time also. So I think it bears talking about, right?
Uh-huh. Well, boy, I'm glad you're being so mature about this, Tim.
Yeah. So Tom, I used to work in a butcher shop, so AMA, as the kids say.
Ask you anything?
As the Redditors say.
Yeah. Tim, everybody knows you're Timmy Baloney Skins.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people that listen to the show now. This was a bit that I don't really remember the origin of.
It was that you didn't know you were working at the butcher shop and you didn't know that the bologna had plastic skin on it.
Oh yeah, and I served people. They were like, a half pound of bologna. I was like, coming right up, ma'am. And
you were
I
like,
cut this bologna and it all had
you were like, how
plastic
about
around
4/10 of a pound of bologna and 1/10 of a pound of plastic?
Yeah. Well, you live and learn.
Yeah.
Those ladies learned never to come back to that butcher shop.
Not if they want to eat plastic.
Yeah. I mean, the plastic kind of fell, I was, look, they told me, they told me in no uncertain terms, take the bologna skins off.
Yeah.
And then that's how, actually my nickname was Timmy Meatballs, Tom.
Right. And how'd that come about?
I think it was as simple as this. I was in high school at the time, and there were kids or guys like 5 years older, like college age guys working there. And one time I was carrying
the meat market big boys.
Yeah, some of the bigger names in that town's meat scene. I was carrying a tray of meatballs out to the
and you fell
case.
and they all landed on your head.
Nope. I just walked and put them there, but as I was walking there, they're like, hey, Timmy Meatballs, because I was carrying meatballs at that moment. Any one of us could have, like, if John was carrying the meatballs at that time, it would have been Johnny Meatballs.
Right.
But the same thing happened to this guy, Tom. Not you, a different guy. He was carrying a thing of pickles, and then he became Tommy Pickles.
Tim, are you just going to tell this for an hour?
You're the one who brought it up.
Right. Jesus. I think I get the idea. You worked with a bunch of fucking dolts who weren't too imaginative with the nicknames they gave.
Yeah, I learned a lot. I learned a lot those 2 summers I worked at the meat market.
Yeah, a bunch of meat market philosophers working there with you.
Yeah. My biggest fear at the butcher shop was to go into the big freezer and then somebody playing a prank on me and locking me in there, because these guys weren't the smartest guys. I feel
and then you'd have to do a clip episode while you were locked in the meat market.
Yeah, but all alone.
Yeah, like, oh, remember the time you guys started calling me Timmy Meatballs? Then you flash back to that.
Here's
remember
what my
when
job.
They came up with Tommy Pickles' name?
Here was my main jobs at the butcher shop. Number 1. Bring the meatballs out from the back to the case.
How quickly did you guys go through meatballs?
The meatballs were a big seller, Tom. $3.99 a pound, as I recall.
I don't think it would ever even occur to me to buy meatballs.
Oh, you make all your own meatballs?
No, I just don't eat meatballs.
Yeah, so, okay. But you've, ordered them at restaurants.
At restaurants? What restaurant am I going to where I'm like, yeah, give me 3 meatballs?
No, spaghetti and meatballs?
Spaghetti and meatballs? What am I going to Chef Boyardee's restaurant?
Man, that would be a good restaurant. Restaurant quality Chef Boyardee.
That would just be an Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
Boy, why doesn't somebody do this?
Okay, Tom. So on the one hand, you're mocking me
Yeah.
for naming something that Chef Boyardee makes.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, you would order that in a restaurant? And then I say, they should have a restaurant with those dishes. And you're like, that's every restaurant.
It's not every restaurant, but it's every Italian restaurant.
So, yeah. Have you ever been to an Italian restaurant and eaten a meatball?
No, I usually get the SpaghettiOs.
Number 1, carrying the meatballs out. Number 2.
So you didn't make the meatballs, you just
I
carried
didn't make
them.
the meatballs. What do I look like? Some sort of meatball genius? I don't know how to make a meatball.
Yeah.
And these were all pre-cooked too. I think we just ordered them like we didn't make the meatballs in-house.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Tim, boy, we're getting into some meat market gossip.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it was obvious.
I've got some meat market gossip I'd like to ask you about later.
Okay. Number 2,
It's a little
my
tease
job.
that'll keep everybody listening till the end.
My job was smashing the chicken cutlets.
Why'd you have to smash chicken cutlets? Aren't they? You have to cook them.
No, you idiot. This was people would buy. They'd come and they'd want a thin chicken cutlet to put pan fry.
Give me the thin chicken cutlet. I need.
So
to
what I
pan
had to do,
fry
I had
it.
to take the chicken breast. Mm-hmm. I had to cut all the fat off it, and then I had to put it between
Well,
the.
shave it first. Shave the feathers off.
No, these came featherless, or
Pre-shaved.
somebody else was in the basement plucking. I never met those guys. Those were
The basement boys.
the basement boys. Whoo boy,
Yeah.
Never go into the freezer in the basement. The basement boys will lock you in there. They'll never find you again.
The Slaughterhouse Five. That's what they called them.
Yeah, is that what they called them, Tom?
The 5 basement boys.
Yeah. So they called them Basement Boys and the Slaughterhouse Five.
Yeah, Tim. It's just like, hey, you're Timmy Bologna Skins and Timmy Meatballs.
You gave me Timmy Bologna Skins as a nickname 15 years after I ever stepped foot in that butcher shop.
Well, I'm just making up for lost time. I'm correcting their mistake.
You're a bully, Tom, is what you are. No, Tom, you don't remember. I was carrying meatballs one time.
Yeah, but you should be Timmy Bologna Skins because you screwed up with the bologna and the bologna skins.
One
That
time I
should be
hit
what
my head
sticks.
on the slicer so bad. They should have called me Timmy fucking
Sliced Head.
brain damage.
Wait, how'd you? So, but it didn't slice your head.
It didn't slice my head off. Thank God.
Okay.
It wasn't. I didn't hit it on the blade. I hit it on like the heavy part that you put the meat on, and you.
What were you like bending down?
I was
underneath
bending
it?
down, giving the boys a show.
All right, Tim.
Stood up too quickly, hit my head on the slicer. Those basement boys would always throw like change on the ground just to see me bend over and pick it up. They were a bunch of pervs.
Yeah.
Slaughterhouse Five boys.
It's almost time for Timmy to bring out the meatballs, boys. Let's go upstairs and take a gander.
Yeah, it wasn't a great atmosphere for a 14-year-old boy.
Yeah.
But hey, I learned a lot. So I had to put the chicken breast between plastic and hit it with a mallet.
Between like a cling wrap,
Yeah.
saran wrap.
Yeah, it wasn't super clingy. That'd be a nightmare.
Right. Was it
More
wax
like
paper?
it was more like a cellophane kind of situation.
What's the difference between cellophane and
It wasn't like clingy. It wouldn't like wrap around. So it would just be kind of like a smooth sheet that you'd put over.
How do they do that?
I don't know.
Huh.
Plastics technology.
Can I
Tom.
buy that at the store?
I think so. So
I'm always buying the wrong thing at the store.
like what?
I'm always like buying wax paper when I mean to buy parchment paper.
No,
You know, write my old letters.
that's not what parchment paper's for, Tom.
Oh, well, it's not going to work.
And then the other thing I had to
I
do
have it
most.
soaking in old tea right now.
What are you up to, Tom?
This-
You forging like centuries old documents?
Yeah, it's a good way to make money.
Okay, fair. I think it'd be really easy to sell counterfeit goods on eBay. And is that illegal?
That's what that's like what eBay is.
Yeah, let's do this.
What?
What are we doing this for?
Because we're going to go and compete.
Reading ads on a podcast.
So we should
That's how I
compete
make
in
money.
counterfeit goods with like Chinese manufacturing.
No, I'm talking about like old documents.
Oh, old documents.
Yeah, you got the parchment paper and the tea.
It's true. Yeah.
These are sunk costs, Tom.
No,
You
I
might-
said I bought wax paper. The tea won't.
you
The
idiot.
tea can't get a grip.
So anyway, the third thing I would do at the butcher shop would be there was 2 types of meat.
Wait, was the second thing just hitting your head on the slicer?
No, it's smashing
Oh, okay.
the chicken cutlets. I got to use this big mallet. It was fun, but then here's the rub. Chicken would always pieces of chicken would always stick to the mirror
Why were you doing it in front of a mirror?
because the back wall was all mirrored to make the store look
God,
bigger.
this really was a pervert's paradise.
It
huh?
was, and then I had to scrape the chicken guts off the
Off the
mirror. Yeah. I'm not saying. Look, it was a character building job. While you were at you were lifeguarding at the
Yeah,
pool.
checking out babes.
Yeah, I was sweating it in the butcher shop.
I was sweating too. It was hot at
Yeah.
the pool.
And then we sold 2 types of ground beef. The regular ground beef.
You were at the meat market, and I was the meat market.
Yeah.
Anyway, you sold ground beef and what other kind of beef? Steak?
No, it was the regular ground beef, which had like a lot of fat in it, and then the extra lean ground beef. So my job was to
Suck out the fat?
take the same meat, put one in a tray and put it out there, and then for the extra lean, I'd put the same meat in a tray and then sprinkle some paprika on it, so people thought that there was less fat in it.
And can you be sued for revealing this now?
I can't be.
Class action?
I
don't know. My mom would go to that meat market, Tim.
I remember. She would come.
What would she buy? Would she be fooled into buying the lean meat?
Truth be told, Tom, I only saw her around Thanksgiving time.
Yeah.
She was a fair weather butcher lady.
I mean, we didn't eat like
pork chops. Meatballs? Oh no, not meatballs.
Not meatballs.
Would you eat Hot Pockets? Have you just been eating Hot Pockets? Is this where you learned how to eat Hot Pockets?
That's where I learned. Yeah, my mom taught me.
It's an old Reynolds family recipe.
The trick is whatever it says on the box, the time, 10 seconds less.
Really? Is that
well, then you're not going to get all the stuff squeezing out of it.
Just wait. Let it cool for a minute, you jackass.
No, it happens I'm saying it happens in the microwave.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever they tell you at the time. Look, the Hot Pocket people, they're just after, they want to make sure you don't kill yourself eating a Hot Pocket. That's all they care about. So they want to
kill yourself
if it's not thoroughly cooked.
It's all cooked, Tom. You're just heating it up.
Yeah, but you got, I don't know, some of those Hot Pockets, they're old.
It's true.
Any Hot Pocket
when you buy them on sale.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Any Hot Pocket I eat nowadays is old because I'll only buy them if they're on sale. And I'll only buy lean pockets.
Thrifty boy, Tom Reynolds. Yeah. Yeah, I forget what I was going to say. Oh, no, your mom 1 year on Thanksgiving.
Let me guess, she bought turkey.
Yeah. Guess what? I saw her come in. We weren't even really friends at the time.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I knew
we weren't
this
really
lady
friends,
is.
but you kept tabs on everyone's moms.
Yeah, I consulted my mom's book, and I was like, "Oh, that's Tom Reynolds' mom." And I let her. There was a huge line, and I just went in the back, found the Reynolds stuff, and I was like, "Hey, over here." And I let her skip to the front of the line. She never thanked me for that.
I'm sure she thanked you at the time.
Yeah, but it wasn't enough.
Did you want a fucking letter? Card?
She played it cool at the time. I saved her 35 minutes
at
the butcher
maybe
shop.
She was trying not to get you in trouble, trying not to make a big deal out of it.
I appreciate that. That's
and
common.
45 minutes? How slow are you guys at this butcher shop?
It was a popular butcher shop, and it was goddamn Thanksgiving, Tom. Everybody in town
Why
was
were
there.
you open on Thanksgiving?
It was the day
Why did
before.
everybody wait until Thanksgiving
Actually,
to buy
I did
their
have to go
turkeys?
there Thanksgiving morning. It was the worst.
Oh, for what?
To
lonely
everybody
people?
ordered. No, I think your mom picked up Thanksgiving morning. That's how you're gonna get the freshest bird, baby.
She would have got it the day before.
I don't know if she hates service employees as much as you do. Maybe she was just like, fuck them, make them work on every holiday. I'd like to come in Christmas morning and get my
skip the line.
No, she was very nice at the time because I was like, she's playing it cool. This is great. But then I expected maybe a goddamn phone call. Still waiting on that call, Mrs. R.
You expected my mom to call your house and be like, hello, Mrs. Ruggieri, may I speak with your son?
I had phone answering privileges as a teenager, Tom.
Yeah, but you weren't always the one answering the phone.
We had caller ID. We weren't freaking...
I don't know. Whenever I called your house as a teenager, your dad answered the phone. He'd always go, hello?
Yeah, because he knew it wasn't for him.
Yeah. Hello, is this one of my... idiot son's friends, friends.
Just this high schooler with a goatee calling my son again, and you'd be like, "Yes, it's me, Tom, but I only have the goatee so we can buy beer."
Well, that's true. That was the only reason I had a goatee. It wasn't the only reason I had it because I could grow it at 17.
Yeah, and you're like, "Hey, I can look like the devil."
Yeah, and then I discovered that I could buy beer by.
You know what? I don't think we were fooling anyone. I think they just would have sold to kids either way.
Yeah, probably. But why take the chance?
Yeah, especially when you have the opportunity to grow such a bitchin' goatee.
Yeah.
Tom? Mm-hmm. What's your favorite meat to eat?
Tim, I have a ranking of meat.
Oh, the Reynolds meat ranking.
Yeah. And you know, it might be controversial. I'll start at the bottom.
Okay. Ooh, how many you got?
I've got 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
Classic top 8.
Coming in at number 8, kangaroo.
Have you had kangaroo?
Yes.
Now, this seems like the sort of thing where it's like you claimed that you were in a hot air balloon, but like couldn't remember
I never
when.
claimed I was in a hot air balloon. I would remember if I was in a hot air balloon.
All right. You claimed you rode a horse
Slander
sometime.
me. I've ridden horses a few times.
Name one time.
In Arizona, because I fell off.
Did you get back on?
Yeah,
Good man.
fell off.
Good man.
I fell off very slowly. I fell off because
No. I'm sorry.
What?
Enough of that. Of this. You claimed you were in a submarine one time.
I was in a submarine one time.
But you can't remember the details.
I lead a very on-the-go life.
All right, tell me about falling off a horse in slow motion.
Oh,
then we'll relitigate the submarine story.
No, I think all the straps came loose or something, and
You were strapped in?
no, the saddle was strapped on the horse.
The whole saddle fell off?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it just like started sliding like off the horse to the side, and I was like,
what was it? A trot? A gallop?
Yeah, it was a trot. Like
Okay.
we weren't going very fast, and that's why I was just like, "Excuse me, hello, I'm falling off." There's, it's not the horse's fault. Don't start yelling at the horse again. It's my fault. And it was rocky terrain with this horse.
Well,
My grandpa had a horse, Jubilee.
really?
Yeah.
Is that your horse now?
No, I think the horse died decades ago, Tim.
Okay. Look,
I
don't know.
hope.
I don't
Jeez.
know how long a horse lives.
I don't know.
I don't know how old-
My grandparents are gone now. It'd stink if there's some horse just like sitting in a stable. Like
They'll come back.
yeah, they'll go back. Well,
Very loyal horse.
they said Tom was going to take care of me.
That'd be pretty cool to have a
Oh,
horse.
that'd be great if I had a horse. It's expensive to keep a
You
horse
could
in
be
the
like
city.
Hercules in New York.
Yeah.
You look just like him.
Well, I sound just like him with the overdub.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Hercules.
So you never went on a submarine, but
This isn't about me.
You ate kangaroo.
I've eaten kangaroo.
What was the situation, and what did it taste like?
I think it was at one of those places with like an exotic.
Outback Steakhouse.
No, I went to an Outback Steakhouse recently. I'll tell you what they finally done, which is great. You can get a small order of the bloomin' onion.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
Really?
right? Yeah. You can get like a $4 order of it, and it's the perfect size.
It wasn't the price that I was worried about. I'll pay $8.
Yeah.
But like that was way too much fried food
Oh
that
yeah,
they put in front of you.
And when it's in front of you, you're gonna keep eating it.
Yeah.
because it's unbelievably delicious.
Here's the dirty little secret of the bloomin' onion.
What's up?
It's all about that sauce.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, the sauce is. Mwah.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be an onion.
No, you can put anything in that sauce.
Yeah.
It'll taste great.
Yeah. Hey, good work, Outback Steakhouse.
Yeah. So I didn't have a kangaroo at Outback Steakhouse. I forget where I had kangaroo. Like one of those erotic
Probably
meat
on
places.
that submarine that they served kangaroo.
You know what? I think it was on the same trip. I think it was like a family vacation, and we did a
Wow.
bunch of stuff, like going on submarines, eating kangaroos.
All right.
Number 7.
Wait, what did it taste like?
It like bland kind of like it was made into like a burger.
Oh. Why are you going to do that?
I don't know, something to do, something to say on a podcast.
Yeah.
Alligator at number 7.
You know, I had a gator burrito in Gainesville, Florida, Tom.
Oh yeah.
I didn't care for it much. It was like a chewier chicken, right?
Yeah. It's chicken with a worse texture.
Yeah. But like one less gator in the world is okay with me.
Right.
I assume like they only serve gators that have like
Kill people, eaten
bitten
people.
a child or something or eaten a child.
Bit a child. They bit a child and ran off.
Yeah.
Number 6, buffalo.
Beefalo.
Yeah. Bison.
You've had what, a bison burger?
Yeah. I think I've had like a bison steak too.
Now it's healthier than beef,
Yes.
I'm told.
Yeah. Less fat, I believe.
Less cholesterol.
Yes.
But is it as moist as beef, Tom?
No, Tim, it's not as moist as beef.
All right.
At number 5, pork.
Yeah. You know what?
I'm not a big pork fan.
We got effed by the pork industry, man.
But the other white meat?
Yeah. Like as if it's like not the worst food for you on earth.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's just
fucking
like chicken.
pig.
Yeah.
The other white meat, pigs. The symbol of
pink meat.
sloth and unhealthy. Yeah.
The pig is pink, ladies and gentlemen.
Unless it's a boar and it's unshaved.
And it looks like you. What color are you?
At number 4, beef.
Beef. I'm not a fan of beef, Tom. I like a hamburger, but the thought of eating a ground beef patty with none of the accoutrement makes me sick. Like, I don't like these people that are like, oh, you know what the best type of burger is? Like a very simple bun, a beef patty, and that's it. It's like, no, there's no cheese on it. You're an idiot. Go home, you creep.
See, you've never had a burger at Peter Luger's.
Oh, I loved that burger at Peter Luger's.
Well, but they put a big slice of onion on there.
Yeah.
Just great burger topping. Anyone not putting onion on your burger, get out
Hey,
of
what are
town.
you doing? Get out of town.
Idiot.
You jerk. Sick of these people.
At
Tom, I don't like steak.
Yeah, even when you ate meat, you didn't like steak.
Yeah. No, this is all assuming, like, truth be told,
It's
Tom,
one of the
for
many things
34 full years, I ate meat every day of my life. Even when I was a baby, my parents.
Wow, they were like, no, we gotta
you know how
raise this boy to be strong.
Some parents feed their baby Mountain Dew.
No,
in a
I
bottle?
don't know that some parents feed their baby Mountain Dew in a bottle.
You ever spent some time in the South, Tom?
Not that much time.
Yeah, they put freaking Mountain Dew in a bottle sometimes.
I don't think that's actually true.
I swear.
For
to
like
God.
toddlers and tiara, they do that.
Tiara, look at you.
Tiaras.
Okay, go on. Sorry. Yeah, but like, I've never had a steak, and I've been to like good steakhouses. I've been to like Peter Luger's. I'm always winding up chewing it and then spitting it into a napkin because I'm afraid it's gonna get stuck in my throat because I can't break it down enough.
Well, cut it smaller.
No, it's not a matter of that.
I mean, it sounds like it is.
It might be.
At number 3, Cornish game hens.
What the fuck?
What?
You talking about?
Cornish game. That's my number 3 meat.
What? You think you're fancy? That's not fancy.
I'm not saying
at a tavern on the green. Oh, look.
I'm not saying I eat them a lot, but when I do, delicious.
All right.
At number 2, chicken.
Now, Tom, chicken. It's a very versatile meat.
Yeah.
Some people would be like, "It's not meat; it's poultry." Shut up. We're talking about dead animals that you eat.
Yeah. We're talking about meat in the. I could put humans on this if I wanted to.
Is that number 1?
Spoiler alert.
What's your favorite? All right. Lightning round. Chicken cordon bleu, yay or nay?
Yay. 100 million% yay.
Chicken fingers.
Even though I said I don't like pork. I like...
Ham is different.
What?
Ham is different than pork.
But ham's still from a pig.
Yeah, but ham is different than pork.
How?
I don't know. It's pink.
You just said that that pork's pink.
Yeah, but they told us it was white.
Chicken cordon bleu, yes, 1,000,000%. Pork is best when it is with another meat.
Would you say bacon is pork?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Anything from a pig is pork, except like shit.
Is anything from a pig ham?
No.
Then what's the difference?
Ham is a type of pork.
I think
Pork is pork. Every
See it
bacon
in
is
your
pork.
eyes. You're not. You don't.
No,
you don't have full confidence in yourself.
Pork
on this one.
is like pork is to pig as poultry is to chicken, and beef is to cows.
Oh, that's where they came up with Porky Pig.
What you, Tim? Tim, I'm gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to put you down. Number one is
Tacos.
No, tacos isn't a type of meat. Number one is, and it is controversial, turkey.
Yeah, it is controversial. Turkey's garbage.
Now, I've really come around on turkey the past few weeks.
The past few weeks.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell me about your recent turkey experience.
You know what? I've just had some real good turkey sandwiches lately.
Yeah. You know what? If we're going what you're going to make a sandwich out of, turkey's up there.
Yeah.
Because you don't want anything flashy.
Right. Because you want the condiment to really shine.
Exactly.
And turkey's the perfect medium for that.
Now, it's a little dry. Now, are you talking cold cut turkey? Because that is slimy and gross.
No, not if it's done right. Not if it's done right, sir.
What I mean, I've cut all types of turkey, Tom. You're talking to Tim, you're talking turkey. They're all the same.
No, they're
the processed kind of they mash it into a thing. No, a turkey sandwich.
What do you mean
is
they
great.
mash into a thing? That's the shape of the turkey's body.
It's not.
What?
Here's the one thing I'll get onto my high horse about. And with a secure saddle, hopefully. Like turkeys, the way that they exist now are an abomination. We've bred turkeys to the point where like a turkey is born in 2017, like it can't breathe properly or like walk. Like they're born into a world of pain because we've bred them to be like so full of meat that like they're like the rest of their body like hasn't like caught up to it like or like we've bred out any sort of thing that would like allow them to live a life without pain or like walk around.
Do they still have the like
they have the gobble,
the little gobble thing?
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
Also, they're gross and loud and mean.
I was gonna say when you were talking about how we've bred turkeys into abominations. You know what I say? Good, fuck them. I don't like turkeys. You ever been chased by a turkey?
No, have you?
Yeah, I've been chased by wild turkeys.
Oh my god! On that same trip?
No, in Connecticut State Park, I've been chased by a wild turkey.
There's no wild turkeys in Connecticut State Park.
Tim, it's a state park. They got wild animals all over the place. It might have been a peacock. How come we don't eat peacocks?
Because they're too beautiful.
I mean, I'm not going to eat the feathers, but,
Same reason nobody's ever eaten me.
Well, I don't know. I mean, count your eggs before they're hatched.
Because I look delicious.
I still think...
So many people look at me and they just see a big, juicy steak. But then they look into my eyes and they're like, man, what a beautiful boy.
I dread the day when somebody's like, whatever happened to that guy Tim? I'm like, oh, he passed away. And somebody ate him.
Depends on who. Right?
What do you mean? Depends on who.
Like it would
if
be.
If it was like a famous person like Jeffrey Dahmer?
No, not Jeffrey Dahmer, but like George Clooney.
Oh,
that's the guy that George Clooney killed and ate.
Yeah.
You know what? If George Clooney wants to eat me or like Jennifer Aniston, like all I ask is like kill me yourself.
Right.
Don't have someone else. Don't have one of your lackeys do it.
That's what Zuckerberg does.
Zuck.
Yeah, he only eats things he kills.
That's a thing that I would entertain if I were a billionaire with a lot of time on my hands.
Yeah. I mean, you could not be a billionaire. You could be somebody living in the country who you kill things to eat it because that's cheaper than buying it.
Yeah, but also, I don't know. Enough. You got to be a billionaire to really do what you want.
So that was my definitive ranking of meat.
Turkey is a bullshit number one, Tom, and I'm angry about it.
I say it's controversial. And you know what? In my heart of hearts, chicken's number one. If I see chicken, I'm going to order chicken. But maybe turkey.
It's a brave stance you've taken, Tom.
You ever see this where you can buy exotic meats from the zoo?
No.
Yeah, I mean not every zoo.
I think you've turned me anti-zoo. It's a exotic meat operation.
Yeah, like if you want
at its core,
if you want to eat like a lion or a giraffe or something, like you can't go to the butcher shop. Even your butcher shop, I'm sure, didn't have lion or giraffe.
I think the basement boys could get their hands on whatever you need.
But you can buy that meat sometimes from the zoo. But the catch is,
it died because it was sick.
Yeah, it died because it was either sick or old. So
yeah,
you want to be like, oh, you should try lion. It's delicious. It probably tastes even better when it hasn't died of pneumonia before you eat it. But
you're not eating the lungs.
I still think you're probably better off not eating anything that died of illness.
Yeah, I agree.
Doesn't make the meat good.
Tom, would you ever eat a horse? Not the whole thing. I know you've been very hungry, Tom.
I know. I've
you might
claimed
not
in the
admit.
past that I've been hungry enough to eat a horse. I wouldn't want to eat a horse. I don't want to eat anything that like we've domesticated.
Like chickens have been domesticated.
All right, well, I won't eat somebody's pet chicken or the chicken they ride to work or whatever. But I'll eat anything else.
Well, what about a wild horse?
Sure, I'll eat a wild horse.
They're commonly eaten in France, Italy, and Germany, and Japan as well.
Yeah. In Japan, they have horse-flavored ice cream.
I'd be afraid that a horse would be able to tell. Like a different horse would be like, this is a guy that eats a horse.
Yeah, I'm going to kick him.
Yeah.
As soon as he walks behind me,
as soon as I get in front of this guy, bam, kick him.
Kick his brains out.
It's my biggest fear, as you know.
Yeah.
Would you ever eat a dog?
No. Oh, no. That makes me so upset, actually.
It does, but why does that make you more upset than any other animal?
Because
dogs are better than any animal.
Yeah. But like we didn't breed dogs to eat. We bred them to be companions. Like they're
not all dogs. What about wild dogs?
Yeah, but that's like not when people eat dogs. It's not wild dogs. It's like a golden retriever. It's
really
it's horrible.
China and South Korea and Vietnam.
Yeah,
and the Arctic regions.
Arctic? Nobody lives up there. Scientists live up. You're telling me scientists up in the Arctic are eating dogs?
Scientists will resort to anything.
That's true. They're godless.
They're monsters. Yeah, they're just like, oh, no God. Why don't we just
God
do whatever
doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I'll eat this.
Cats, would you eat?
No.
Then stay away from southern China, Peru, and northern Italy, Tom.
So far, so good.
I like that you were like, ugh, disgusting, all these places. Yeah, I'd never go there. I'd eat a cat.
Why?
Fuck cats.
Yeah, but do you even think a cat would taste good? Like, what about a cat? Cats are like when you pick up a cat, you're like, what's going on with this body?
There's too many. Like the bone, like, those are jelly bones right there.
Yeah, it's like none of these bones feel like they're connected.
Yeah, talk about spineless.
Yeah,
cats, guinea pigs.
Would
I don't have any like moral like. If like part of the reason I don't eat meat is because I don't think we should breed things to die or whatever. Like we should, but like I would kill a guinea pig if it were in front of me just to get my jollies.
If it was just to get your jollies.
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna say if it was between me and him.
No, I mean definitely if it was between me and him. But let's be honest, that situation's not coming up anytime soon.
Yeah.
I'm confident I can.
You're a very compassionate vegetarian to me. Kill a guinea pig for fun.
Well, not for fun.
You said for your jollies.
Yeah.
For sexual enjoyment.
Yeah. Would you eat whale? See, everybody's all like, don't kill the whales. No, that's what the whales say.
Yeah, that was my impression.
Me, I'm just like, I hope to never encounter a whale on a plate, but like especially not in the sea. I don't want to encounter anything from under the sea, ever. That's why I stay out of the sea.
Yeah.
Don't go in the sea. Would you eat a shark?
Oh, I've eaten tons of sharks. I mean, not tons of sharks.
Tom, I would love to read your memoirs, or your it would be like you would come out of this thing looking like Teddy fucking Roosevelt. You'd just be like, "Hey, it's me, Tom, the submariner, exotic food eating.
Yeah.
I punched a Nazi one time to death." A lot of things that you assume would be easy to do, you just claim that you have done. And that's not how it works.
You've not eaten shark? No. Shark's like a fairly common dish.
Where have you eaten shark?
I've eaten shark at friggin' Pier 44 in Babylon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I've eaten shark like when they have the tuna tournament in Babylon.
Yeah, I know.
There's always sharks too. Sometimes I guess they accidentally catch sharks. I especially
Sucks for the shark, but guess what? Maybe you shouldn't have
been a shark.
Menaced all those people at the beach.
Mako. Mako is a very good shark to eat.
Yeah, it's true. Okay. Fair. Would you ever eat puffin?
The fish? Oh, the little birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
They're
like
so
an
cute,
appetizer?
though. When I went to Iceland, everybody was trying to get me to eat puffin.
Just as they were running around.
No, they
Tim,
just had
catch
it.
that one and eat
they
it.
had it at,
I dare you.
They had it at all the restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
And they knew I was a tourist. I didn't
Yeah.
fit in well. I've gotten into a lot of fights. But the waiter or waitress,
even though
would
you were
always,
walking around Iceland like, hello, I'm from Iceland.
yeah, exactly. It's like you guys do this dumb stuff, right? You're idiots. I'll act like an idiot.
Hey, you guys like that new Bjork album?
And every waiter, because I did this when we were at a restaurant, I was like, "What's good here? What do you recommend?" And they were always like, "Oh, the
ice.
puffin. Try the puffin if you've never had puffin."
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to eat a puffin.
Why not? It's a bird.
It's cuter than most dogs.
Not when it's on a plate.
Yeah, but a golden retriever isn't cute on a plate. I'd be like, "Hey, boy." Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I'd eat a puffin. I mean, they are small, right? Real tiny?
Yeah.
I don't think I even really know what
Do
a
you eat
puffin
veal?
is. No.
Have you eaten veal?
I've maybe had a bite of it or something.
The problem with veal is it's delicious.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that's coming from me, a guy that hates most meat.
Right.
And
but
also is not a monster like you.
Well, but you do want to kill a guinea pig just to get off.
They're gross. Hamsters too. If I ever have a kid and they're like, "Oh, I'm bringing home the hamster from school," your class is going to be disappointed.
So I'm going to eat it.
Eat it. If you eat it, there's no evidence that you did anything. It got away. It's living in the woods now.
When I was a kid, I really wanted a dog, of course, and I eventually got one. But then before I got the dog, I was like, all right, maybe I can find a compromise here. Maybe I'll get a guinea pig. And I tried to convince my parents to get a guinea pig, and I got a book from the library about guinea pigs because I was like, well, I'll read up about guinea pig. Oh, it was maybe 7 or 8.
Yeah, you got to make your case. You got to be
knowledgeable.
knowledgeable.
It's I'll be very knowledgeable, and then they'll know, hey, you know what? We get a guinea pig. He's in safe hands with Tommy. He's going to take care of him. But most of this book was about breeding. But for whatever reason, it was one of those things as a kid where words got screwed up in my head. And I confused breeding with breastfeeding.
Well, that's...
Which I didn't know what breastfeeding was.
So you had to breastfeed... You pitched to your parents, I'll breastfeed this guinea pig?
I told, everyone my parents knew. And when they were like, oh, what's new, Tommy? I was like, Mom and Dad got me a book about guinea pigs. We're thinking about breastfeeding them. I had to go live somewhere else for a while.
Yeah. Tom?
Yeah.
Sweetbreads?
Sweetbreads aren't a meat.
Yeah, they are.
Sweetbreads?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It's organ meat. It's the thymus, the throat.
from like a
The
organ, like
pancreas?
at the church, like or the ball game.
No. Testicles. Tongue.
Yeah, I don't like any of that stuff. I want to eat muscles, not organs.
Okay.
Muscles, not organs. That's
Look, you don't have to yell at me. I know you're a monster who wants to kill animals to satiate your.
No, anytime like I've been in Scotland
Hunger
and
and
people are
sexual
like,
desire.
"Oh, try haggis," I'm like, I'd rather kill myself than eat haggis. Like, I don't care. It could be the best thing ever. Doesn't matter. There's other foods.
Name 5 other foods.
Cornish game hens.
Nice. Tom, you ever have marrow from a bone?
I don't think so. I'm aware of it, but I don't think I've actually had
People
it.
love it.
Yeah.
I've only been to one place where marrow has been served, and they serve it in such a way. It's like a bone that is like a cross section of a bone.
Yeah, that's where.
And then you scoop the marrow out.
Oh, but it's not a real bone. It's like a dog bone, or like.
No,
not...
I think it's the real bone. But I think the thing is, like, people are like, it's the novelty of being like, I'm eating this right out of the bone.
I'm eating a bone, like a ghost.
Yeah, and like, I don't think anybody ever eats marrow without being like, ooh, yeah, I'm eating marrow right out of a bone. Wow, look at me, I'm primal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like a weird fancy thing where it's like, I don't know, anybody else who eats bones is like down on their luck.
You don't eat the bone part.
Yeah.
You eat the beautiful juices inside the bone.
What color is it? Is it still bone
I
color?
think it was brown.
Ooh.
But I think they cooked it. I think they it was one of those things where they scooped it out, cooked it, and then
Put it back.
slathered it back in.
Ugh, disgusting.
Mutton. I don't really know what mutton is.
Mutton chops?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pork, right? No?
No. Venison.
Yeah. Deer?
Yeah.
No.
Would
deer
you eat that?
are disgusting. Deer are like
Every animal is
woods rats.
disgusting. Have you seen a cow? Ever up close?
Yeah, I've seen cows. Too.
Cows are the grossest things. Like, yeah, if we were judging on like, do these things deserve to die? Should we eat them? Cows, number one, the most useless, disgusting animals.
Yeah,
I
so I
just
would
think
kill them and eat them.
my perfect world is a world in which there are no cows, but not because we killed them and ate them, but because they went extinct because they're useless and we hate them.
All right. I mean, that's like a weird stance to take.
Have you cows and they're effing up the planet too, Tom,
with all their farts.
with their farting.
Yeah.
Look, we should all strive for a world without cows.
Yeah. Or at least
If there's one takeaway from all this, cows are not your friends.
what the hell were cows doing before we were eating them?
Running wild, and then we bred them into monsters.
Why
That's
would-
what happened. Like all these things we bred into like gross, like pigs. They're smart and like they're cute when they're babies, but then they turn into gross monsters.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
because we feed them Skittles.
Yeah, no more of this. Look, I'm not a zealot. I just think there should be no more cows, no more pigs, probably no more chickens.
You're like, nobody should eat them, but get rid of them.
Yeah, exactly. Stop breeding them.
Yeah.
Stop breeding them just to kill them.
Throw them in the furnace. Get rid of them.
No, eat the rest of the ones that we have on hand. Do whatever you want. Or let them die of natural causes.
How long do you think it would take if they were like, all right, no more chicken or cows. This is it.
If they stop breeding them tomorrow?
Yeah. How
A
long would-
week. Especially if they're like, this is the last meat, this is the last beef
man.
you could get.
Yeah.
It'd be 6 hours and all that beef would be eaten.
Yeah.
And then we'd be rid of cows forever. No way to get them back. A paradise.
In the Flash TV show, it's established that 300 years in the future, there's no cows.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's my kind of superhero television. Tom, that's all the time we have.
Well, I wanted to tell Tim, I teased my meat market gossip.
Well, people had to stay after the plugs for
Okay.
if you like the show.
If you like the show, you can go to tcgt.com to find out more. You can email us, thecompleteguide to everything at gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/complete guide. You can follow us on Twitter at complete guide. You can follow me on Twitter at Tom Reynolds and on Instagram at Tom Reynolds.
You can follow me on those things at your pal, Tim.
And you can check out our Reddit, reddit.com/r/TCGTE. If you want to support the show, support our sponsors. Also check out our Patreon at tcgte.com/pledge, where you get fun bonus stuff like weekly episodes of Fast Food Friday. And you can also check out tcgt.com/Amazon, where you can do your normal Amazon shopping, and we get a little kickback.
Make your next move with Amazon.com.
That's not their slogan. I think that's all the plugs.
All right.
So
all right,
now,
we'll see you next week.
No, Tim, now the moment everybody's been waiting for. And I want to see if I want to get some inside meat market.
Oh, I'm happy to provide.
I was told by a friend of the daughter of the butcher at a rival meat market in town when we grew
Daughter
up.
of a butcher. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yes, I hope that gives you enough information to know who I'm talking about without,
Yes.
starting a war here.
Right, okay.
That her father said the worst fast food meat was at Taco Bell, and the best was at Wendy's.
I would believe it. We didn't.
And now this is 20 years ago, maybe.
Taco Bell has long been my favorite fast food joint.
But it had nothing to do with the meat.
I would never get the meat there. I'd always get beans instead of meat, and that was the reason it was, because the thought of eating a McDonald's hamburger patty with nothing on it. Mm-hmm. That makes you gag a little bit, right?
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, exactly. But you would do that with a Wendy's patty.
Yeah. Wendy's,
maybe.
their patties look the best out of that. Let me ask you this, Tim. You always think you're so smart asking for beans instead of meat at Taco Bell. Did it ever occur to you to ask for cheese instead of meat?
I mean, there's cheese on it anyway.
So?
Double the cheese.
Huh.
What if I get double the cheese and beans? A boy like me needs protein, Tom. I guess there's protein in cheese.
Yeah. Tim, you
know
need vitamin D.
All right, I'm in. Let's go.
Calcium.
When are they going to open a goddamn Taco Bell around here?
Oh, probably never. It's too expensive, real estate-wise. A Taco Bell for millionaires. Everybody's
go outside
stoned.
right now. We record in Williamsburg. Everybody's stoned all the time.
All right, Grandpa.
Drugs people.
They
around.
Oh God,
They're spinners.
You know what they could open in Williamsburg, Taco Bell wise,
and Taco Bell Express.
No, and there would be a line around the block if they opened.
There's one in Greenpoint. Oh, I'll go there. Okay,
sorry. The flagship Taco Bell from Demolition Man, where Dan Cortez played the piano. If they opened that Taco Bell in Williamsburg. Boy, that would be the hot ticket.
Anything with Dan Cortez.
Yeah, pretty much. He's,
everybody's
money in the
walking around
bank.
with MTV Sports paraphernalia on.
Mm-hmm. Smoking marijuana.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you next week.
That was a HeadGum podcast.